Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Kame Sumiccācara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Musawada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Surameraya Majjapamadatthana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami. Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami. Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Sister Mitra. Thank you. Okay, so last week we were talking about chanting the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts. Yeah. And we say that when we recite the 3 refuges, when we take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, we say that we will not be reborn in the 4 woeful state. There is assurance given by the Buddha. We take refuge in the Buddha, in the Dhamma, and in the Sangha. You will not be reborn in a 4 woeful state. And of course, we recite our Panchasila, meaning to say that we have faith in the Buddha, and the Buddha's teaching to us is to refrain ourselves from doing unnecessary killing, no stealing, no telling lies, no sexual misconduct, no telling lies, and no influence of alcohol that will make us heedless. Okay. So now we are taking refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Merely taking refuge in him, but we have to know about him a bit, isn't it? Rather than just taking refuge in him and having faith and we do not know about him. So tonight we will be chanting, we'll be learning to chant the Buddha Vandanā. So that means we will be chanting the 9 qualities of the Buddha. Then we know with whom we are taking refuge. And then maybe if time permits, I've requested the facilitator also to cover the Dhamma Vandana. I mean, the qualities of the Dhamma. So that when we take refuge, we must know whom we are taking refuge. And why are we taking refuge in him? What is so great about the Buddha? So we chant the Buddha Vandana with understanding. So that the Buddha Vandana, the 80 episode that we are chanting is actually telling you the 9 qualities of the Buddha. I will go through this before you go to your breakup room. So it's a very good practice now. It's a good practice if we chant regularly at least once or twice a day. So after we wake up in the morning, if you can, so you wash your face, you brush your teeth, then you start to chant, do some small chanting. Actually, if you can, it's a form of meditation. Actually, it is a form of meditation. So when you chant for half an hour or an hour, okay, we start with only 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Maybe we start with 5 minutes, Namo Tassa, and then we go to Panatipata, and then you are more competent. We can chant the Itipiso, Swakato and Supatipano. That is the Buddha Vandana, Dhamma Vandana, and the Sangha Vandana. That means we are reciting the qualities of the Buddha, reciting the qualities of the Dhamma, and reciting the qualities of the Sangha. So that, okay, this is another form of meditation, correct? You can also sit and meditate in the morning to calm yourself down. But some people find it difficult. People of our age, maybe we find it difficult to sit and just meditate. So as an alternative, you can just sit and recite and chant the Buddha Suttas or chant the Buddha Vandana. Okay, so this will make your mind stay calm and not wandering around. Because your mind keep on wandering around every day, every time. Because actually our mind is, they like to call it the monkey mind. It's always jumping. The mind is never at rest. Always thinking. Right? Even when we sleep, we dream also, because the mind is not at rest. Right? So that is why we cannot rest our mind. And when our mind is tired, our body becomes tired also. Right? And then we don't see things clearly, Once you are tired, you tend to be distorted. Your vision is distorted, like your views are distorted. So we must learn to chant and calm ourselves down and we relax. So of course, now that we have learned Namo Tassa, you chant the Namo Tassa, Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, then take refuge in the Buddha again, Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, take refuge in the Dhamma again, and Sanghang Saranang Gacchami, and Dutiyampi, Tatiyampi, second time and third time. Then you are assured again that you will not be reborn in the 4 woeful state. Then we recite the Panchasila with conviction. That means saying that we will try not to kill, we will try not to steal, we will try not to misbehave ourselves sexually, we will try not to tell lies, we will try not to drink and get drunk. But we must do it with the conviction. So that is the way to train our mind to become very calm and it become very mindful. So that we become very mindful, and then we train it slowly, gradually, but surely it will become very clear. Then you can see things clearly, you can decide things clearly, you can make good decisions, you won't make silly decisions because your mind is calm, you can see things clearly. For example, when we chant, like I've said, doesn't mean that you say Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Sanghang Saranang Gacchami, you're free from the 4 woeful state. No, it's not so simple as that. You must chant with a lot of conviction, with a lot of focus, with a lot of concentration. You see, chant with conviction, that is the word Latin. That's the best way to describe. You chant with conviction that you have confidence in the Buddha. I take refuge in him. Then that will dispel you. That will actually protect you from being reborn in the 4 woeful state. So you must chant with conviction. Okay. For example, you chant the Arahang Samma Sambuddho, you must also chant with conviction. That means you're saying that you bowing to the Buddha. You're paying respect to the Buddha before you begin the puja. That's just an opening salutation, which also if you don't want to say that, you can say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So when we do it, of course, we say we chant with conviction and concentration, meaning when we chant, we say Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, our mind must be focused saying that I am taking refuge in the Buddha. Sometimes our mind will jump lah. Your mouth will say Budang Sarang Gacchami, or your mind goes somewhere else lah. What is for breakfast after this lah? Correct? Our mind is always jumping on, So here we say Budang Sarang Gacchami. Here our mind is thinking, wow, today I'm going to eat char kway teow. The char kway teow is very nice there, And then Dhammang Sarang Gacchami. I think I drink kopi all today lah. So we are not focused lah. Correct not? So that one is not very good lah. So you will not get the full effect of the chanting lah. So try to focus lah. So the word here is we must stay focused and then stay very concentrated, and that is actually another form of samadhi lah. It's a form of samadhi, not another form. It's a form of samadhi. So your mind is fully concentrated. And when it's concentrated means it can be calmed down very easily, and you can see things clearly. And that is enlightenment. Enlightenment, actually, the Buddha says, is to be able to see things as is. Many a times we see things with our perception, not seeing things as is, and somebody wants to offer a helping hand to you. You don't see it as somebody is trying to be helpful, Sometimes we are suspicious, Correct? You see, so we don't see things as is lah. See, so our mind is always being our perception is always playing tricks on us lah. Our perception lah, So that's why we have to learn to focus lah. So when we focus and our mind is at calm and at tranquility or at samadhi, then we can see that the person's offering help as offering help lah. And we just take the help and say thank you to him lah, rather than being suspicious lah. Many a times, I think when somebody tries to offer help, we are very suspicious. What is this guy trying to do? That guy is just trying to be simple and helping us lah, Can we not appreciate that help? So these are the things that we want to train ourselves, so that we have to see things as is. We see the sun rises in the east. We know the sun sets in the west. There's nothing so spectacular, nothing. It will not change. We know that it is the flow. That is the gospel truth or universal truth, correct? That it will rise in the east and sets in the west. So, okay, things like that. We must be able to understand things like that. Because otherwise our mind becomes restless, And this restlessness because of what? Like I just said, maybe because of suspicion. Sometimes we are suspicious that this fellow she has something in mind, and then sometimes because due to hatred. So when our mind is not steady enough, we call it the kalisas lah. The kalisas such as the emotions such as love, that will distract you also sometimes. Gives you a different image lah. Correct? If somebody you love very much makes a mistake, you are ever forgiving. But if somebody you don't like makes a mistake, whoa, you're going to jump lah. So that is the kalisas involved lah. If somebody you love makes a mistake, there's no problem, But if somebody you don't like or you distrust, then you will be more suspicious lah. And sometimes because of hatred lah, love and hatred lah. Just now we have to explain lah, because of hatred that you don't trust that person. And sometimes because of boredom lah. Boredom, So our mind will want to try something different lah. Just because we are bored lah. When people do something good, also we must think of something else lah. So things like that. So that is why the Buddha says enlightenment is to be able to see things as is. Yatha bhuta jnana dasana. That's what he says lah. That is in the Pali language lah. So these are things all will upset us all the time lah. So we should keep on doing this sort of chanting so that we will calm our mind. And then what we are doing today is, like I've said, we are taking refuge in the Buddha, we are taking refuge in the Dhamma, we are taking refuge in the Sangha. So what is the meaning of taking refuge? We say, yes, that means we surrender ourselves fully to the Buddha. Buddha, I take refuge in you. Then the question is, what's so special about the Buddha? We trust him so much. What is so special about him? So that's why we are learning tonight. We learn to chant the Buddha Vandanā. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vidya charana sampanno sugato loka vidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanang buddho bhagavati. These are the 9 qualities of the Buddha. You are reciting the 9 qualities of the Buddha. Why? Because we know that the Buddha has got this 9 special qualities that we will try to emulate if we can. Correct. That these are the qualities that we don't have. So I want to emulate your qualities. I take refuge under you because you have these beautiful qualities. And what are the qualities of the Buddha? When we recite, I just recited to you, Itipiso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vidya Charana Sampanno Sugato Loka Vidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati Satta Deva Manusanang Buddho Bhagavati. What does it mean? So actually, okay, also these stanzas that we chant actually, I learned this when I was very young, and why? Because the monk reminded us every time that we feel frightened or we feel uncomfortable, there are times when we do feel uncomfortable when we go to a place. Sometimes we do feel uncomfortable. We feel that there may be some other forces there, the third dimension is there, macam-macam lah. So this is a very good protective chant. Okay, and it is not long, is it? It's very short, and if you chant this every day, you can memorize it anytime. So anytime when we feel uncomfortable, when we go to a room, we feel uncomfortable, or we go to a place, go to a lonely street, we recite this silently. It is a good form of protection. So chanting is also a good form of protection. It will dispel fear. It will dispel uncertainty sometimes also. Uneasiness in certain situations. So we must recite the Buddha Vandanā. So it helps you. Sometimes at night we also feel that. There are times when people of my age, we have difficulty in sleeping sometimes, It is a common phenomena. It's a very common phenomena, right? So what you do is before you sleep, if you can, you recite Itipiso. You recite this 3 times. You can, if you're very fast, you can recite 3 times. Otherwise, you recite once. But recite with understanding the meaning of this stanza first. So I'm going through the meaning with you. So the purpose of this stanza is to know the qualities of the Buddha with whom we are taking refuge in. First. Number 2, it also helps us to dispel fear. Remember, it helps us to dispel fear, uncertainty, or uneasiness in a certain situation. So every time you feel uncomfortable, you recite this. So what are we reciting? We say that Itipiso Bhagava. That is, this Bhagava, this enlightened one, is an Arahant. Itipiso Bhagava Arahang. Okay, so the first quality, he is an Arahant. Okay, Arahang means he is an Arahant, a person who is rid of all impurities and defilements of the mind. He has no more greed, hatred, and delusion in him. That makes him an Arahant. So it's not impossible for you to experience Nibbana even in this life. Nibbana can be tasted, can be experienced in this life. You don't wait until we die to experience Nibbana. Okay? Nibbana can be experienced in this life. In many other religions, you want to experience your ultimate bliss, you have to die first, and you can experience what is heaven, But in Buddhism, Nibbana is our ultimate place of bliss, can be experienced in this life. How? If you can get rid of greed, can get rid of hatred, and get rid of delusion. This is called the 3 poisons in life. These 3 poisons are the one that is actually holding us back in this samsara. We are born and reborn because of these 3 poisons, of this greed. We have a lot of wanting all the time. Whether it's necessary or not, we still have that wanting. That is called greed. And we like it or not, we still have dislike of certain people. We still have that kind of small hatred. It's not big hatred, but we still have hatred with us. And then we are deluded. Deluded means what? Deluded means we think that materialism is permanent happiness. We think that the more we have, the more happier we become. So that's called delusion. So we are deluded by the fact that we think that all this material that we have, these are great bliss, we'll be happy. You give me a Mercedes, I'll be happy for life, which is not true at all. Correct? You give me a big house, big bungalow, I'll be happy for life. Not true at all. Correct? What is true is give me health, maybe. Correct. So we must know lah. So sometimes we must realize, that this is called the delusion that we have in us lah. Because the one thing in us, sometimes we want things that's not necessary now. We over want lah. In short lah. Okay, and then we have this form of dislike or hatred in us, and this delusion that is things that are temporary, we think they are permanent. We think that our life is permanent. If you tell me 50 years ago that I will be 70 today, I will not agree with you. Correct? I think it was impossible for me to become old. When I was young, I thought, mana boleh saya jadi tua macam. Tapi today I am tua, Correct? So we think that this body is permanent, That's another form of delusion. We forget that these things will change. We think that this will always remain. We always think that our children will remain with us. We forgot that when they grow up, they go to universities, they have to leave home and go to universities. We forgot that when they go to work, they leave home also. We forgot that they will set up their own family also. You see? So these are the delusion that we have now, that we think that things are permanent. Things are never permanent. Yeah. And we will grow old. That definitely is a universal truth again. We may fall sick. Yes, that's again universal truth. And eventually we will die. That is also okay. So now we learn that he is an arahant. That means he is a person who has given up greed, hatred, and delusion. That means he has no more anger with him. He has no more jealousy in him. He has no more sadness in him. No desire, no lust, no gossip, no greed, no hatred. He's an arahant. So we know that, the Buddha is an arahant. There's a special quality he has that we don't have. That's why we take refuge under him. Why we take refuge under him? Because he has no more greed, hatred, and delusion. All right? So we must know what we are chanting. So number one quality, we say that he is an arahant. And then we say it's a Samma Sambuddho. Iti piso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho. Samma Sambuddho means he's a fully enlightened person. Okay, I don't have much time to actually go through with you the qualities of Arahant and all this creative delusion and Samma Sambuddho. But initially, when we get along, we get to know each other longer, we will spend more time discussing on this. Maybe you attend other courses that I will organize. Okay, so he's a Samma Sambuddho means he's a fully enlightened being. Fully enlightened Samma Sambuddho means he has no teacher. He found it on his own. He found the truth himself. He did not invent the truth. The truth always prevails. The truth is there. He found the truth. So he is a Samma Sambuddho. He understood all the difficulties in life. He understands fully the Four Noble Truths, and he can practice the Eightfold Path perfectly. So he's a Samma Sambuddho. I'm going briefly with you because time is short. You have to go to a breakout room. So he's a Vijja Charana Sampanno. What does it mean? That means he's endowed with clear vision and virtuous conduct. He is a person, he means he has got knowledge and vision. Means he's more than putting theory and practice. He's endowed with both. He says and he does. And he does and he says. He is a person who is like that. In front of you, he tells you something. Behind you, he tells the same thing. He doesn't say something in front of you to please you. And then behind you, he says, that person is lousy. No, correct? He is the person who is endowed with virtue. In front of you, he tells you you are good. Behind you, he tells you you are good also. If he tells you you have made this mistake, behind you, he tells you the same thing. He does not say things to please you. He tells you the truth. He is endowed with virtue. So we know that he's the kind of person who tells you, they say something in front of you and say something behind you is the same thing. Don't worry, he doesn't say something bad behind you. That kind of person, that's a quality he has, and we call it Vijja Charana Sampanno. He's endowed with knowledge, full knowledge of vision, we call it. And then he's also known as a Sugato. Vijja Charana Sampanno Sugato. Sugato means he is a person, he's a very good speaker. Okay, some people describe him, Sugato, as a thus gone one. That means he has crossed the samsara. Okay, can be taken in that context also. But also, if you know that the history of the Buddha, he's a Sugato means he's a very good speaker also. He's a good leader and a good speaker. And he doesn't speak things unnecessarily. He knows when to speak things at the correct time and how to address it to you. He simply will not hurt you, and he will tell you things at the right time. When the time is not right, he doesn't want to tell you. So he has that quality, and then he's a very good speaker in the sense that also that he's a very good debater, he's a very good orator and all that. And of course he knows to tell things in the correct mood. That is important. He sees you, he knows how to approach you. So he'll speak in the correct way, then you can be enlightened through him immediately. So he has that special quality. We call him the Sugato, means he's also a special, he's a sublime leader and a great speaker. He's an orator, actually. The Buddha is also an orator. He has challenged many, many good debaters before. Okay, then he's also known as a Loka Vidu. Loka Vidu, Sugato, Loka Vidu. You will learn the chanting later. Loka Vidu means is knower of the worlds. You see, knower of the worlds means he knows everything about the universe also. That's one view. One view is, you see, Buddhism is the only religion that will tell you that there are other planets that has got living beings, correct? Other religion will tell you only heaven, earth, and hell, 3 levels of life only. But Buddhism tells you that beyond this earth, there's another Milky Way system, the whole universe, there are a lot of planets, there are other beings there also. So he's the knower of the world. He knows all this universe, how it's done, everything. Okay, that's one way to understand knower of the world. And also, to make it simple for us in the Buddhist context also, we can say knower of the world. He also knows about the 3 sensual world. The Kama Loka, that is where we are living today, and the hell is that is the sensual world, the human world, the hell world, the animal realm. He knows all this in detail. He knows the Rupa Loka. He knows the Deva realms and the Brahma realms also. The Brahma realms. There are 31 planes of existence in Buddhism. He knows all these 3 planes, all these 31 planes. He has been to all these 31 planes. So he's also known as Arupa. He also knows the Arupa Loka, whereby there is no form, only consciousness there. Okay? So he knows all these 31 planes of existence. In Buddhism, we believe in 31 planes of existence. So he knows all these 31 planes of existence. So that's why we say that he's a Loka Vidu. Loka Vidu. And then he's also an Anuttaro Purusha Dhamma Sarati. This one means that he is also a very incomparable leader of men to be tamed. He can tame any person. Okay? Talking about men, he has tamed wild elephants, drunken elephants also who came to attack him. He can train them also. He just pause them. But he's also known to be a trainer, a special trainer of men who can be trained. Example is Angulimala, the serial killer. A serial killer who has killed 999 people, and the Buddha can calm him down and convert him to be an Arahant. He became an Arahant after that. You see, so that's why we say that he's a trainer of gods and men. He's a very incomparable trainer. Even serial killer he can train. Drunken elephant he also can tame, So of course the gods and men also. So that's why we say that he is also, this is all very brief. Very brief. I'm telling you with 2 sentences only. But enough for you to understand when you chant that these are the qualities that we want to try to emulate if we can. Okay, then he's known as Satta Deva Manusana. He's also a teacher of gods and men. Don't forget, we always say that the Buddha is a supreme teacher. He teaches the gods also. Apart from the human, he teaches the gods. Lord Saka is one of his great students. Lord Saka is very grateful to him. Lord Saka is Qigong. You hear a lot of stories where Lord Saka will come down and send all the deities to go down and see the Buddha and ask the Buddha questions. So Lord Saka is a great supporter of the Buddha. Lord Saka is Qigong, so he is, so the Buddha is the teacher of all these gods and men. So that's why we call him the Buddha. Satta Deva Manusanam. And then the last quality, they say this is the Buddha again. Buddha. Deva Manusanam Buddha Bhagavati. Buddha is the last thing. Again, Buddha is similar to Sama Sambuddha, repeating the idea that Buddha was enlightened with the wisdom and full understanding of the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. So tonight, we hope that your facilitator will be able to guide you with the Buddha Vandanā. Do some revision with your Panchasila, then guide you with this Buddha Vandanā. I have also requested them if they can to cover the Dhamma Vandanā, but I will not go through the meaning of the Dhamma Vandanā until next week, because it's the most time for you to go to the breakup room. So the Dhamma Vandanā, we will go through next week. Yeah, the meaning of the Dhamma Vandanā.
Okay, we do the revision last week's a quick one. So every one of you will chant the Panchasila. Okay, we start with Sister Chu Young.
Okay, I start first.
Yeah.
Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Kamesu Miccachara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Savada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Surameraya Majjapamadatthana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Imani Panca Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Sister Chu Young. Is quite familiar with this one. Well done. Except for what I catch two mistakes there. Veramani. The A is short.
Okay. Veramani.
Yeah.
Veramani.
Yes, the A is short. So you can either say Veramani or Veramani, but make it short.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Then next one is Dattana. Number 5.
Oh.
Pamadattana. Thana is long.
Okay. Pamadattana.
Nice, good. Okay, just those two. Okay, good. Next one, Brother Calvin.
Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Kamesu Miccachara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Surameraya Majjapamadatthana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Yes, thank you.
Pancha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami.
All right. Good. Adinadana, the double N. The emphasis, the double N, so it should be Adinadana.
Adinadana.
Yes. And one more is Surameraya.
Surameraya.
Yes, only these two. Okay. All right. Sister Jolene?
Yeah, I'll try.
Yes.
Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Kamesu Michachara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Surameraya Majjapamadapana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Imani Pancha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami.
Very nice. Yes, very good. Very good. No I cannot catch any mistakes at all. Well done, well done.
Thank you.
This Buddha Vandana also should be no problem. So I just go through with you. Remember the O is long. The O, Sister Sumitra has very kindly done the yellow. The O is long. Itipiso, Buddho, remember the double D, Buddho. Then the Samma Sambuddho. And then the double syllable, Vijja. The A is long. Vijja Charana Sampanno. Remember the end with the dot is pronounced as not, na. So it's Sampanno. Then Sugato, Lokavidu, Anut, double T, Anuttaro, Purisa Dhamma, not Dhamma, this is Purisa Dhamma Sarati. Sarati is a charioteer. So here Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati, incomparable charioteer, for all men to be tamed. Satta, Deva, double, the E and the A is long. Deva Manusanang. M with the dot is NG. I'm sure you all know, but just as a revision. Buddho Bhagavati. Okay, so remember all these double N, the double syllable, you give a short pause. The M with the dot is NG. Okay, so I shall chant it once. I like to chant this also. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manus sanang buddho bhagavati. Okay, we shall start. So my group are all excellent chanters, so it's easy. We can go to the next one. Well done, well done. I think this, like Brother Linghua said, when we were young, we went to the same temple when we were young. So the episode, like Brother Tan said, the monk told us when we are afraid, when we are not comfortable, we chant this. When we were young, we never knew what the meaning was. We just chant, and anyway, maybe it's the rhythm, or the faith we have, but we feel good after that. But now that I'm old, retired and old, I'm beginning to even appreciate it more when we learn the meaning of the itipiso. So we can chant with conviction. Okay, next time we do the sakato. We just go through the common mistakes. This V is pronounced as U. Swak. Swak. Sister Sumitra has done very nicely. So it's swak Swakato. So all the vowels are long. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo. The DH, if you can, is Dhammo. Dhammo. Not Dhammo, it's Dhammo. Okay, so it's Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo. Sandit, the T with the dot at the bottom. You see the double T with the dot is t. The teeth is just behind the teeth. T. So it's sanditiko. Sanditiko. So when you say it, the tongue touches just the palate just behind the teeth. Sanditiko akaliko. Not akaliko. Akaliko. Sanditiko akaliko. Ehipasiko. A is drag. Ehipasiko. Openaiko. So the O only you drag. Ehipasiko openaiko. Pachatang. Okay, the M with the dot, remember, is NG. Pachatang. The double T, pause. Pachatang. Veditabo. Vinyu. The N with the muruku, I call it. The N with the muruku, so you have the double N with the muruku, so it's Vinyu. Vinyu hiti. Okay, Vinyu hiti. Okay, so I go through again. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo. Sanditiko akaliko. Ehipasiko openaiko. I remember openaiko. It should go smooth. Openaiko. Pachatang. Veditabo. Vinyuhiti. The H with the apostrophe there is short. Hiti. Okay, so I chant once for you. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo. Sanditiko akaliko. Ehipasiko openaiko. Pachatang veditabo. Vinyuhiti. Okay? Okay, breakout room will close in 56 seconds. Right, it's nice to have you all. So we will ask to go back to the breakout room.
Thank you, Sister Good.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Yeah. It's been enjoyable. Yeah, very good to see that you all are doing well.
Good. Yeah, all coming back now. Yeah.
The first Buddha, the Buddha Vandanā only.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Vandanā.
Yeah. I was ambitious only. That's all.
In my one, we were able to do the Dhamma Vandanā also, but only the last line. Tak sempat, only the last line.
Okay. It's okay because I'm thinking we should do the 3 in 2 nights, if we can. So next week we should finish whatever Dhamma Vandana plus the Sangha Vandana. Sangha Vandana, a lot of repetition, should be able to finish, Then we can do the puja the following week. Then we can start the Karaniya Metta Sutta. once they're familiar with the Pali phonetics, then they can join the other groups lah. Sunday we have got one group that's organized by Meta Lodge. On Tuesday we've got another group organized by Setia Alam Buddhist Society. And Thursday we have got our pioneer group. And Friday we meet for practice chanting during the Bhujanga service. Fridays we meet for chanting also. And of course, Sundays not involved yet at the moment.
Okay, Brother Tan. Just now I carry the question from our group.
Yeah.
The end with the M with the dot, the Sika Padang.
Padang, yeah.
Yeah, and then how do we place the tongue? And then when you have two N, where do we place the tongue?
Say again.
Actually, like when we have double N, the N with the dot at the bottom, I usually do think that is more stress sound. It's called the retroflex. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm following you. Yeah. Okay, which word is that? Sampanno.
No, I think Sister Lily meant is Vijacharana, the N with a dot down there.
Am I using my screen yet? I'm still using my screen.
Okay, Vijacharana. Oh yeah, okay.
This N here, where do we place the tongue? Is it at the behind our teeth? The N.
No. These are retroflex, yes. I always use the palatal easier rather than going so deep as retroflex. Oh, just panna lah. Okay, for chanting purpose, okay, N has got 4 tones, remember? Correct?
Yes.
N has got 4. One is a normal N, which is just a normal N. N with the dot on the top is NG. Correct? And then N with the Muruku is NY, near.
Near.
And this N is actually your tongue is hitting your palate lah. But during chanting purposes, you cannot really identify lah. We don't have to go to that kind of detail. That's what we are saying lah. For just chanting purposes, we go charana, sampanno, can lah. Vijacharana, sampanno. Right. So we don't have to be so technical about being retroflex on the N at the bottom.
Okay.
Of course, that is correct. N has got 4 tones. Remember, we say N has got 4. N is the only alphabet with 4 tones. M with the dot on the top and M bottom, we don't bother. They both are also NG. Correct? But N, the dot on the top is NG, dot at the bottom is So we put an A there, so we know no, like that lah. So you pronounce as no, not no. So it is retroflex actually lah. But for chanting purposes, I think you don't have to worry so much lah. But it's good to know lah. It's good to know, but don't chant until you go to no, then you sound your head also will shake also lah.
Like the word here, sugato, the sugato. The G sugato is pronounced as sugato, but sound sugato.
Sugato, yeah.
Low, when we go to local we do.
Local we do, yes.
So sometimes some people will ask, why is it that this the KA here is sound?
Yeah, that is something which I cannot answer lah.
Because
we have discussed this before. This A is pronounced as or A, correct? But as long as it is short, we can accept. You want to go as sugato, fine. Sugato, fine. Loka we do, can. There's no problem, but provided it is short, okay? Provided it is short. So I'm used to loka we do. You want to go to loka we do, also can. But provided your A is short A, because this A is a short A. So, so also that like just now I was saying, somebody was asking whether Buddha or Buddha. I was mistaken with the question on the first week. I don't know whether the lady is with us today. So when she asked whether you pronounce it Buddha or Buddha, so I assume that they meant to be plural. I assume that Buddha is plural. Buddha, but that one will be a long A, A with a dash, Buddha. Okay? The blessings of the Buddha. That means the blessings of all Buddhas. Correct? Blessings of the Buddha or blessings of the Buddha. Now, there are some people who wish to pronounce Buddha as singular also, and they go as Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. Fine, but the Buddha is a short A, not Buddha. Buddha means plural, correct? But you go on Buddha or Buddha, fine. We can accept both lah. A is either A or but must be short unless it has got a dash on top, Vidya. So Vidya, there's no way we can say anything like Vidya, Charana, Sampano lah. You don't say Vidya, we say Vidya, Charana.
Brother Tan, just now you said Sugato or Sugato? I thought we chant it as Sugato, local.
Sugato, local, Vidu.
The local is lah, but the Suga is
Sugato, okay, Sugato, okay.
We say that the Suga is the first A and the Loka is the second.
Okay. There is another view that they say that the first A is always A, second A is lah, somebody has done some research lah, but not necessarily 100% correct lah.
Okay.
Not necessary. Somebody has done some comparison and then it was quite close, but not necessarily true. It is quite close. But not necessarily true lah, not necessarily 100% correct lah.
I think most of the time is correct the second A, but
Yes.
sometimes exceptions. So that's why we
Yes.
have the local.
Yes.
But
yes.
I think the text, the way I don't know what script we call that, the Sinhalese script or what. They can differentiate, because sometimes
Yes.
they got a different word.
Yes.
They got different word.
Yes.
So maybe this is something that we can improve in our among us. And just now
okay.
I think she mentioned she will put her own note. Like this.
You can put your own note. Okay. Hold on.
Let me hear. Local video, all that we are so familiar with that chanting. So that's why we know it's local, it's not local.
Correct.
We are very familiar. But sometimes you get a new word that you never heard before, and then you wondering why it's not following that rule. So if we can establish the correct symbol, I think just now the sister shared, she did her own symbol. Maybe it's something to think about. Because in the original Sinhalese script or what, there is a difference.
Yes. I'm just trying to tell you all that Sinhalese, they have got extra alphabets. So, but in our Pali phonetics, we do not have the difference between the and the A. Okay. So yes, in the Sinhalese text, in the Sinhalese writing, they have got extra alphabets. Yes, they have got few extra alphabets. So they will have a difference. So people have done that kind of comparison, and they assume that. But I will not say it's 100% lah. So we have to go by as far as we go by experience lah. We are not inventing this Pali phonetics lah. These Pali phonetics are not invented by us lah. These are the actual Pali phonetics. Incidentally, it is very close to the singular alphabet. It is very close lah. So you notice that our pronunciation is closer to the singular pronunciation because the alphabets are quite similar. Although they have extra, they got extra 2 or 4, I think, Okay. Anything else?
Oh, just now, the Vinyu Hiti or Vinyu Hiti?
Vinyu Hiti.
No, the HI, is it long or short?
Vinyu Hiti. Okay. You see, we have also discussed this before. The last syllable we can drag a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. The last syllable is actually he. Actually it's Vinyu Hiti. Okay. But because Vinyuhi is the last syllable. T is actually an additional to say the N lah. T is not part of the word Vinyuhi lah. The word is Vinyuhi. Correct. T is just like end of it lah. So now, actually the correct word is Vinyuhi. Vinyuhi is correct, 100%. But because it is the last consonant, sometimes when we chant, we make it a little bit more melodious, they will drag the last consonant. Many a time you notice that we drag the last consonant. Although it is TI, but we still go on T, you know. So that is accepted lah, accepted norm lah. The last consonant as a TI, we drag. But I is never drag. I is never drag, but if it is the last consonant, we can drag a little bit lah, just for the purpose of being a little bit more melodious lah. Pacatang Vinyuhi Ti, correct? But actually,
Brother Tan, I think in my chanting book, the he got the bar on top, you know, the I there.
Is it?
Yeah, in my
okay,
chanting
sometimes I go by auto mode, I do, okay. Oh, okay. Then he is correct lah. But even if without, also we will drag lah. Because it is the last syllable.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Vinyuhi, that's what we chant, yeah.
No wonder it sounds a bit weird. If the he is like short, he is
correct, okay.
Yeah, I think the he I there got the bar on top, according to my chanting book lah. So,
okay, yeah, because anyway, some books don't have the bar lah.
we didn't
okay,
really
the one that this script is produced from this Great Book of Protection got no bar, you know. But never mind, but still is the last consonant. Last consonant we can drag.
Yeah.
Rule of the thumb, last consonant we can drag, so make it go melodious than other. Pacatang Veditabo Vinyuhiti. Is it? So a bit abrupt ending lah. So we will do Vinyuhiti.
Yeah, sounds nicer.
Yes. That is a rule of the thumb only lah. That is not. But last we always remember last consonant, last syllable we can drag lah. Only the last syllable. E is in between. I is in between. Veditabo. You cannot go Veditabo, then it's wrong lah. The word before Vinyuhiti, Veditabo. So DI is short. Remember? Because that is in between lah. Sanditiko, Akaliko, no Akaliko. Correct? So I is always short lah, except when it is the last syllable, Vinyuhi, then we can write.
Are we getting the students to?
Can you okay, each of you can nominate one. We almost time. You want to nominate that?
No. Okay. So my group, we nominate one for Buddha Vandanā and then another one for Dhamma Vandanā.
Okay, good. Okay, every group can nominate one each lah, and then we end up because we pass 10. Yeah.
Okay. So Buddha Vandanā, we have Sister Sayan.
Okay, start now, sister.
Yes, sister.
Iti piso bhagawa arahang sama sambuddho vija charana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta dewa manusanam buddho bhagavati.
Sadhu. That was very good, sister.
Thank
you.
Okay, then for Dhamma Vandanā, we have Sister Jolene.
Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Opanayiko Chatang veditabo vinuhiti.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good, sister.
Thank you.
So group 2?
Okay, for Buddha Vandana, I nominate Sister Tina. Sister Tina. And then for Dhamma Vandana, I nominate let me see, Sister Ivy, Sister Ivy. So Sister Tina, okay.
Okay, sure. Itipiso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vicca Charana Sampatno Sugato Lokavidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati Satta Deva Manutsanang Buddho Bhagavati.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good, sister.
Thank you.
Paricha, be very proud of you.
He knows I can't do it.
No, you've done very well.
Very, very well. I'm so proud of you.
Pariyati can. Chanting tak boleh.
Oh, very good, sister.
Very well done, very well done.
Yes.
Really.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, Sister Ivy, are you there?
Okay. Swakado Bhagavata Dhammo Santitiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Opanaiko Pacchatang Veditappo Vinyuhiti.
Okay, very good, sister.
Thank you.
So group 3?
Sister May, can we nominate Sister Pexim?
Yes.
Sister
Okay.
Vandana?
Yes.
And Brother Tay. Brother Tay,
Brother Tay is a very seasoned chanter. Okay, good, yeah.
Okay, Brother Tay, yeah? Okay, Dhamma Vandana.
Oh, Dhamma Vandanā, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Itipiso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vicca Charana Sampanno Sugato Lokavidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati Satta Deva Manusanam Buddho Bhagavati.
Oh, they were very good, sister. So everybody is very good, yeah.
Dhamma Vandanā. Okay. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Opanayiko Pacatang Veditappo Vinyuhiti.
Okay, that was from Brother Tay. Thank you very much. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so I think we all have progressed actually very, very tremendously, very good progress. So next week we can continue with some revision and also with the Sangha Vandana. Then we do the puja. Maybe we can include puja next week also. Puja will be quite long, isn't it?
Sultan, I got one question. The Pali language is it a spoken language or a written language at that time?
It was a spoken language, yeah.
It's only a spoken, So
yes, even now it's a spoken language, yeah.
So that means we try to pronounce it and then we write the words, and then the Sinhalese also, they try to use their own Sinhalese script to write. Everybody use their own
yes.
To say it,
Correct. Okay.
So
for your information, we will be surprised if we tell you that English is also a spoken language only, English also is a spoken language, English has no writing also.
No, English, I think not correct. English widely been used as a written language.
No, because they use Romanized English, is it? So,
okay.
So that's why, so we are very surprised. Malay is also not a written language, don't forget. So there are many languages are not written, but they borrow the alphabets. So that is why we have got a bit of pronunciation difference with the Thai and the Burmese. slight difference because of the alphabets. They have more alphabets, The Burmese they carry even more alphabets, and the Thais also Thai maybe sister Lily can tell us more So they all carry different alphabet. That's why the pronunciation will be a little bit different than ours But we are following the Pali phonetics. These are Pali phonetics coined by some geniuses before And the singular will write in the singular alphabet. Yes. Yeah, correct, Brother.
Brother Linghuat, I've got a question.
Yeah.
You see, this chanting, most of us have got our own tunes, and our own way of chanting. So sometimes it can be a bit melodious.
Yeah.
So in that sense, if you are taking the eight precepts, are we contravening any of the precepts? In that sense,
No,
if we are too
I
melodious.
don't think so. No, I don't think so, Actually, if we were to interpret correctly, it says that we don't sing, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't sing, but sometimes it's a little bit on the melodious side, like sing-song type, So are we contravening any of the precepts? If you take the eight precepts.
The idea of not singing is not to be carried away by our five senses, isn't it? If we, it is to restrain our five senses by not singing. It is not about how do I say it? Okay, all these precepts are meant to restrain our five senses. So if we do something that is good, right? Something that is we are reciting the eight precepts in order for us to observe the eight precepts, isn't it? Or okay, we are observing the eight precepts now, but instead of singing song I love you, you love me, maybe we sing Jaya Mangala Gata for that matter. Okay, so I don't see it as contravening because it is the teachings of the Buddha. Our intention is to recite the teachings of the Buddha and not to entertain ourselves. I think here we should be more much. I will put it that we are restraining ourselves from enjoying ourselves once in every whatever day you observe, Right? We want to restrain ourselves from enjoying too much, So that's why we say we observe the eight precepts, we eat one meal a day, so that we don't abuse eating too much, Correct? And then we say that we don't sleep on high beds, and we don't want to abuse our body, So once in a way, we want to be reminded that this body of ours can be dangerous, because we are always abusing our body, So that is why we are being very mindful, So this is all about mindfulness also, sister. This mindfulness actually, it will help us, this mindfulness. If we will learn to be mindful, we start with this kind of things, We start with this kind of things. What will happen to us, actually, we will be very mindful, and then our negative emotions, anger, pride, jealousy will be reduced, That is the whole purpose whole purpose of these eight preceptors and all that. Purpose of let's not go to 8%, even our 5 precepts. The whole purpose is for us to be mindful of what we do. Correct? We don't simply want to kill things for fun, Correct? We don't want to simply want to be gossiping all the time. So at least we are reminded on this kind of Open Saturday where you want to observe your 8 precepts. You want to be reminded that you want to be mindful today, I don't want to enjoy songs by Cliff Richard today, So if I have to listen to songs, I listen to the Buddha songs, So I'm learning actually the Dhamma, So I don't see it as wrong, You see, I have another case, I've got one case. I've got a lady from US, She told me that she will withdraw from this chanting group for a while, I said, why? Because she's mourning, she says, So I thought somebody passed away, So her way of mourning is to refrain from doing things that she liked, She say, because she likes singing so much, like chanting so much, so she don't want to chant because she's mourning. So I told her she's wrong, actually. Correct? This when you say that you want to refrain from things that you like, does not mean learning the Dhamma, Correct? You can learn the Dhamma. What's wrong with learning the Dhamma? What's wrong with chanting? You see, the more when you are grieving, you should chant more, because the merits that you accrue from chanting, you dedicate to your loved ones. So that is the purpose. I told her lah, you know. Okay, and I hope it helped her lah. So okay, sister. So I don't think it is wrong for you to listen to Jaya Mangala Gatha for that matter lah. It's
No,
easier
I
to
love it.
yeah,
I really like that
so
one.
so even if you are a preceptor, but of course we don't enjoy it until we shake our body lah. You know what I mean? But we listen to it as a hymn, you know. It is not. That's why it's called a hymn and not a song, is it?
You see, even our Mangala Sutta in Sambodhi is in a sing song.
Correct. I know. I know. Yeah. But go ahead, never mind, because it is the blessings, you know. This is the 38 blessings, ma. So I don't think it will breach your precept lah.
It's all in the mind,
Yes. You see, we must always remember in Buddhism, this is the benefit of everybody. So it is always about the mind, you know. The mind is a forerunner. Your intention is the one that is causing a problem. Correct? If you intend to enjoy yourself through that song, or you want to relax a bit, I'm too tired, I want to listen to Cliff Richard, that is abusing lah, correct or not? Once can be safe because we are observing 8 precepts, so we don't want to listen to the music. Agree? But Jaya Mangala Gatha, I don't think it is wrong. It is not a song in the sense. I will call it it's called a hymn one.
It's very beautiful. It gets to you.
Yes. So I don't think, but of course we don't purposely listen just for fun, you know. But if you want to be reminded, because today, okay, example, today I'm a preceptor. Now, towards the end of the day, I want to celebrate my victory that I have observed my 8 precepts very well. Example, correct? I'm sure I can listen to the Jaya Mangala Gatha to remind this is the victory of the Buddha, correct? So to remind myself of the victories of the Buddha, so I listen. Wow! So I'm reminding myself that today I'm also victorious. I have achieved my 8 precepts today. For 8 hours, I have observed it very well. You know, why not? I'm a bit liberal in my approach, sister. Okay,
Yeah,
I will
agree.
qualify myself.
It's all in
also,
the mind. It's actually all in the mind.
Yeah, it's all in the mind. Yes, whatever we do, remember, it's all in the mind. We are not cheating the Buddha, you know, we're cheating ourselves.
Yeah.
Don't think that we're cheating the Buddha. The Buddha, don't worry, you will not be cheated by anybody. He's in Nibbana. He's free from all this kind of greed, hatred, delusion, and liking and disliking, and all these things are no more with him. He's in the state of upeka. See? So we are cheating ourselves, that's all. Buddhism is about training the mind. It is about training of the mind.
Brother Tan, I would like to say that actually chanting and singing are two different.
Yes.
It's different, you know. Chanting and singing is different, and we must know that what we are doing now, your classes, is to preserve unison chanting, and then it will be nicer, lah. But it's still not singing. Singing. And then we also have to remember that the sutta, all these were preserved because of the rhyming, tune, the poems, you know, the Indic verses and all that. That's how they can remember. Otherwise, they cannot remember. So it is. I think it's necessary to chant correctly, at least in unison, and it shouldn't sound awful. To me, it's important.
Okay,
because that's how it's preserved. From over the years, that's how it was preserved, the suttas.
But I think it will help if all of us, you know, if all the suttas or whatever can be in the chanting can be what do you call it, a common tune. How to say? I don't know how to say it.
Okay. We call it in unison. In short, what we are trying to do is to get the pronunciation correct lah. Although I don't have any tune to teach lah, you know, I know, some people have got very nice tune, you know. Some monks can chant it very nicely with different tune, but the only problem we have is everybody has a different tune, right? So we cannot be in unison lah. So difficult to get a group of people to chant together sometimes lah. You know, but okay, so what we are doing is we are teaching the correct pronunciation, and as a first step lah, so that whenever you join with any group, even they sing or they drag or they do whatever they want to do, you can still join them lah. You know, example, if you go to somebody when they chant their Mangala Sutta, I know they put it into a very nice tune. You can also do, because if your pronunciation is correct, if theirs is correct, it will match. If one party is not correct, it doesn't match lah. So there's the first step we hope to do lah. I know, but we are not insisting that you must chant the way in the specific tune lah. Because I noticed that there are so many beautiful voices around, you know, people can chant very nicely. Never mind. So we will just make sure that we do the correct pronunciation, and we can join them when we are ready lah. At any time when you meet any group that's chanting, you can join them because the pronunciation is correct lah. So that is the minimum we hope to achieve lah, so that we are free and able to join people to chant together lah. You know, but of course, I know, of course, even among ourselves, some people chant with a different kind of tune. It's okay with me lah, as long as pronunciation is correct lah. I'm not so concerned with identity lah. I'm not so concerned that we must be different or what lah. But get the pronunciation correct. What we are learning is the correct pronunciation. So when you go to any temples, if they chant it correctly, you can chant with them. There's no problem. Even you can chant with the Thais also. There's no problem, except for the few slangs that they have. Yeah, but the double intonation and the long vowels, short vowels are all the same. So you can chant with anybody. If you go to any temples, if there's a Sinhala monk, you can chant together. There's no problem. Although he may have a different kind of tune, you may be able to chant with him also. So that's what we hope to achieve first lah. Of course, if our societies in future, all the new societies, if they can learn to chant together like that, then we can be in bigger unison lah. That's a bigger dream now. Of course, maybe we can get, you know, 2 or 3 societies together to chant, you know, with the same kind of rhythm. That'll be very nice, yeah. That's a bigger dream now. But anyway, our intention is just to share with them the correct pronunciation. That's all. So go ahead. You can join any group to chant after that. You will not be lost. As long as yeah, you will not be lost with them. Don't worry. After this, you have learned this, you can go and chant with any other Sinhala monk. Don't worry, you will never be lost. There will be the exact parallel with them. Okay, any questions? Any more questions? Okay, if not, then we have to end our session. Next week, I will go through the Dhamma Vandanā and the Sangha Vandanā. Okay, so brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, we have spent about 2 hours learning the correct pronunciation of the Pali words and learning to chant in unison. And I'm sure during such time, your mind stayed focused, your mind was in full concentration on these teachings, and your mind was free from greed, hatred, and delusion. And when your mind is free from greed, hatred, and delusion, that is a time where you accrue abundance of merits. And these merits we must dedicate to our protective devas. We hope that they will rejoice in these merits, and eventually they too will attain the perfect bliss of Nibbana. And by virtue of these merits, may they continue to bless us with good health, longevity, success, happiness, prosperity, and above all, wisdom. Wisdom to continue to walk the Buddha's path. We must also not forget our ancestors whom we have never met before, and also our loved ones who are no more with us. We hope that they too are reborn on the celestial planes, and we dedicate these merits to them, and they will rejoice in these merits, and they will shower unto all of us here the choicest blessings and protection. However, in the event that if they need these merits to help them in their spiritual well-being, may these merits reach them and help them in their spiritual well-being. And our aspiration, as always, may we be blessed with the company of the good and the wise always. May we not follow the ways of the foolish. May we be blessed with good friends and good teachers who can guide us along the path of the Dhamma until we reach our final liberation, Nibbana. Etavata cha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang Sabbe deva, sabbe satta, sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampati sitya. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Imina punya kammena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yavanip Vanapatiyang Sadhu